What's up? So, anyway, before she gets here, so a couple of years ago, we were at Estes Park, and there's this hotel in Estes.
Hey, no. Start your freaking truck. No. Bye.
I tried.
I know it. Great. I think you're mixing your commercials.
We have
It's like hump day.
we have a busy couple of weeks ahead of us. Getting ready for the trip, trying to get stuff buttoned down around here, making her hold the camera and her arms getting tireder by the second.
It's true.
Got the radio fixed in the motorhome.
Oops. There you are.
Oh, now you're not in the camera. Oh my gosh. Jeez, hold it right. Lay it against the dashboard. Just
I'm gonna hurt you in a minute.
Rest it on
I
the dashboard.
can't find the thingy.
No, just rest it on the dashboard.
Okay.
And then you can like
There.
tilt it and...
Okay. Okay. Now shut up and talk.
Well, no, we got to give everybody a
told you to
moment.
shut up and talk.
We have to give everybody a moment because after all that camera bouncing around, they've got to go.
Take your Dramamine and continue.
So yeah, I got the radio and the coach fixed. I don't know what it was. It must have just come unplugged or something. Problem is, it takes some dismantling of stuff to get back to where I can see what's going on. But it's all fixed. We're going to grab one of our old desktop computers and put it in the motorhome. It's faster than my laptop, so that way she can edit some of her pictures
On the road.
and maybe I can actually edit video on it, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Now hold your breath.
She's so mean to me.
I'm not mean.
You're mean. Anything else? I got nothing.
Nope.
Other than we're going to be busy.
We're gonna be busy. It's the typical 2 weeks before vacation. You all know what it's like. It's crazy trying to get everything done, and yeah.
And I'm probably working every day until vacation, so
Of course you are.
there's that. You look alright?
I think you look fine.
So,
Actually, you have a hair sticking up right there.
this week, our first phase of getting ready for a trip is just kind of haphazard, getting stuff we think we need, or a lot of times on these trips we order toys, just things we've been wanting to get for the camper or for ourselves for the trip.
It's an excuse.
Yeah, it is. But for a while it's just kind of haphazard, getting stuff here and there. But after these couple of days, it's going to start getting serious. We're going to make lists and
Check them twice.
or at least twice, and
Santa
then
Claus checks them twice.
and then get everything ready to go. I think my goal has always been to have everything ready to go, loaded up in the camper, where all I have to do is come home from work, hook up, and hit the road.
Wait for me and then hit the road.
I think her goal is to
Clean
see
the
how
house.
late she can stay up the night before.
Always. You can't come home to a dirty house. The house has to be very clean.
What was it on the trip to Colorado? You didn't go to sleep.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so kind of expect that. So what are our plans? We are headed out to Chincoteague Island in Virginia. We'll be leaving here, staying a couple of nights at my parents' over in Arkansas, and then heading out, staying overnight at Nashville, or east of Nashville at a KOA because I'm lazy. I'll get to the end of that in a minute. And then 2 nights of Don't Know Yet, and then a few nights at Shenandoah National Park. We're staying in Luray, Virginia. And then a few nights on Chincoteague, so she can see her ponies.
I can see my ponies.
And she's going to drive us all around Chincoteague because she's done all the research on it, and I haven't.
I'm not driving.
Yeah, you're driving.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this?
The camper?
Huh?
The camper? Or
No,
just the car? Okay, I'll
because you know where everything is.
Okay.
Man.
And what am I ready for?
Well, I'm going to do a fancy.
I'm scared.
I'm going to do a fancy video
Scaring
transition.
me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Swoosh sound effect. Whoosh. Transition sound.
You're amazing.
I know. I'm awesome at editing. So I mentioned at some point in one of the videos that this road trip was going to be kind of like a KOA tribute tour because I've been
KOA tribute tour.
Because I've been pretty busy at work, and really KOA for us, you pretty much know what you're getting when you make the reservation. We made a video about it, but
I just posted today that we like KOAs for the destination or the journey, but not the destination.
Yeah.
Because they're usually right along
the
interstate.
But so that's what our road trip is going to be like out to the East Coast. Is going to be a collection of KOAs, and even our destinations, unfortunately, are going to be at the KOAs. I say unfortunately like we've been there and we know what it's going to be like. But you know, typically when I put together these road trips, my preferences are national parks, state parks. You know, that's where I want to go. I want to explore. I don't want to just pull off the interstate and stop for an overnighter. Unfortunately, when you put in too much time at work, you just don't have time to research that stuff. Terry and I were talking about this, the researching these campgrounds. You know, you look at Google Maps, you see basically where you want to stop, and you kind of look and you see what campgrounds you got, and then you look at the reviews. And some of the reviews, you know, one of the things that turns me off instantly from a campground is when I start seeing posts complaining about certain things about that campground that it tells you that the person posting is a long-termer at that RV park. We've been to campgrounds that have the majority of the campsites are taken by long-termers.
Yeah, and there was one of those that we didn't leave with everything we came with.
Yeah. And
our cooler was stolen.
Yeah. Yeah, the one and only time we've ever had anything stolen from our campsite was at an RV park that the majority of people there were long-termers. Yeah. And this isn't against full-timers. Full-timers and long-termers are two different things.
Well, and some long-termers are also good. It just seems to be some of these campgrounds.
Right. So. But you know, with the porches built in front of the campers and all that. But when you see that bickering on the reviews,
stay away.
Yeah, I'm not against stopping it because campgrounds have to have full-timers to stay afloat. But when the personality of that campground is people bickering back and forth about that stuff, okay, I'd rather not stay there. I'll go down the road to another campground. One of the other things that typically turns me off on reviews is when people when it's consistently complained that the sites are too close together. Not one or two, because most of us travelers understand that when we stay at convenient commercially or privately owned campgrounds, they're going to be closer together in the state park. But when you see that consistently, you have to assume that some of those folks are seasoned travelers and understand that things are going to be tight. And if they're complaining that they're tight, then they're tight.
Yeah. Yeah, then you might not be able to slide out without hitting your neighbor.
Estes Park KOA.
Oh.
That one's not tight. That one's open up your window and reach across and borrow sugar from your neighbor tight.
Honestly, it's a beautiful KOA and it's very clean. There's just no, unless you're tent camping, then there's just no room.
Absolutely no room at that KOA. You're even asked to go park in the overflow.
Because there's no room in your campground, in your campsite to park.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have a pop-up. You're going to have to go park somewhere else. But anyway, those are just a couple of things that turn us off when we're researching where we want to camp. I'm just curious, what are some of the things you guys look for when you're looking at reviews? Either Google reviews or going to Allstays or Campendium or some of those other websites. What
scares you?
Yeah, what are the red flags for you? And what's your preference? National parks, state parks, boondocking, private campgrounds, because
BLM.
of all the amenities.
BLM.
Yeah, National Forest, BLM. Let us know in the comments. Anyway, that's what's up. And we'll catch you all down the trail.
Bye-bye.